I'm making you a video because you can't be here. I'm going in the attic, but I've got a blanket and a tape measure in my arm. And okay, it's a bit of a mess, but blankets. Tape measure. Okay, so you come up these steps which go out that second doorway of upstairs. And they've got a little thingy there. It's easy to get into. And then we've got big lights, very big, nice big lights. This first area is the biggest. I'm going to sit down on the edge of the attic ladder. So, 1950s big, green hardwood when it went in and very thick, so it's pretty strong. Haven't touched the integrity of the attic up here. So I'm going to measure. This first part here, I'm going to turn into a little room. Because at first I thought it was just an entryway, and now I realise this is the big open part of it, because you can stand up tall. So I'm going to measure the height to the tallest point to that beam there. I'm going to measure to there. So that down there I'm going to measure, which is the tallest point of this area. And then if I come over here, we had at Tamashanta an attic, the bit of house on the farm, and had a big attic bedroom, massive, but very, very hot. We slept up there. In the corners, it had, closed off actually, but storage in there. So I'm going to use from there backwards as maybe sitting down, either sitting down desk where you sit down and you do your bit of quick sewing, which I always do really quick sewing. 20 minutes is the maximum I'd ever sit at a sewing machine. I'm just knocking off a quick cushion. And this yellow tongue flooring, it's got a bit of a varnishy stuff on it. I do blinds. Actually, this for a blind is as big as I'll get anywhere in this house except the main living room upstairs, because it goes here to wherever I can get access to the back, and that width of blind goes from there to there, doesn't it? So I'll measure that up, try and figure it out. Most blinds are not wider than that, and I need carpet or mat, vacuumed, in order to put ivory or cream coloured lining fabric, which is what I mostly use for blinds, Roma blinds or curtains. So I think I'm going to set up. It's good airflow even in summer, but I can also, I don't know if I can push out. It's pretty reasonable airflow and it's not wet. And I'm just going to map it out. I'll show you through a bit more of it. Coming back here, I asked Brian to get rid of this old electrical. You can't see much. There's a lot of cable there. So I can't put flooring there because he didn't do it. But any new electrical cable doesn't sweat, and so you can insulate and put yellow tongue over top. The old stuff you couldn't enclose it because it sweated and caused fires. So that's according to him, and I bloody hope he's right. Anyway, I'll just take you up quickly. So just got a little bit of time before check-in and I don't have any more access. A lot of it's boxes, everything pretty much is in a container. The mice are dealt with before they get very far. And everything's in containers pretty much. Lots of toilet paper when it's half price and on a additional special. These, I'm going to sand these back and plane these back, de-dust, and I'm not going to oil them. I might varnish, maybe if I get that far. This is so much craft stuff and so much linen stuff, supplies. This is, I don't know if you can see this, we're turning these mutti jars into baby, this is seed library stuff. And we've got these long nose things somewhere. Long nose, very long nose. Yeah, there they are. Long nose. Whatchamacallits? Tweezers. Can you guess what we might make in that? It's just our fun project for the end of the year for the seed packets. We just do daggy stuff while we chat. What else is up here? The old sewing machine. Spare washing baskets. Quite solid, but they all have to fit together. So when I buy new baskets, I have to buy 20 or so because they have to fit together. Replacement towels, I've got a million up here. I have to get 2 different coloured. These, I got tons of these because that was a colour that matched one hard to match laminate, which looked dirty when you got the regular cheap ones. Tons of what do you call those things? That's a spare steam iron. Kitty stuff. More bakery stainless trays. That's a stack, and there's one more in the shed of punch bowls. That's a beautiful table, round though, but I love the legs, so I'm not keeping it. That's a beautiful table from downstairs that I love. I've got unusual tray leg, but I had to move it because I've got to use the space better. I have plenty of ceramics I love, but aren't fitting at the moment. I got a bunch of those jars and this is the paper stuff. That's a rack for papers, for craft supplies, for like St. Michael's or something. The racks themselves come up on Marketplace, not often. More. Those are Bendigo pottery. I got a lot of these jugs, and one's the jug and one's the little bud vase for weddings. And they had some espresso cups and some of the Kmart ones, but when they go out of making, they're just gone forever. So then they become, doesn't matter that they cost nothing, because they become unusual again. People bring us these white tubs for the seed library, but other stuff too. What's in here? Yeah, lots more of those. These are, canvases. So there's a lot of stuff here. My clothes are in there, and I want to do a walk-in wardrobe for me. Tons of clothes. The seed library handmade from recycled paper envelopes are in the centre there, in the back. Cost us $1,200 or so. Oh yeah, more containers for art project stuff. So I might make a little shop up here for people who are coccyx cushions for, like in my car, but other people who need them. They were selling them out really cheap. Lots of rolls of fabric that I use for upholstery, and upholstery, thick, gone on clearance, but all sort of tonal. What's in there? So those look to be Canning Vale, that'd be towels again. Masses of towels, all in the same colours as I already have. That sandy, warm sandy Target replacement. Those ones might be mattress protectors for those. Replacement quilts. Oh, that's the thing that came out of my Honda Jazz they should have had. Or is it from my new one? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's gone now. Long gone. That's an urn. A good urn. For when we have events and don't want to be bothered to make people cups of tea. What's in here? You know, stuff. Oh, these are parts of the electric scooters for taking people out on walks. Just started to do, might come back to. And yeah, more and more arts and crafts stuff. These are blank bags that people can stencil, you know, make their own design and make a stencil and junk. Lots more of my clothes I haven't worn. Too big for, but I'll keep because I will get little again. Block mattress, I think that's Brian's. Garden lights, millions of them through here that I've bought and just they get used. They wear out, put more up. I buy in bulk. More of the bakery trays. Ah, yeah, these are my, I don't have enough tomatoes to make the preserves. Extra little cushions. I make lots of little cushions for kids. Yeah, those are actually new lamps. Very big though, so hard to use. What's in that one? DHL. Who would have sent me something in DHL? Oh no, we'll find out later in Labour Late. Lots of fabrics here. Fabrics was for St Michael's so they could choose a fabric and sew some crappy thing, whatever. More arts and crafts stuff that came from the closing down printers. And arts and crafts, blah, 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 blah. More of my, it's fabrics. Stuff for big parties, like if you were doing an event or someone wanted to borrow for a wedding. That's a big, it's not very good pram. That's a trifold window. I think I told you about it. It's cedar trifold, but I don't know how to use it because mostly we have requirements of double glaze now. More fabrics I've got to get before. That's silk bolt and other ones, stretch denims, stuff. So there's just a lot to sort and put through everywhere. That was a table that's been dismantled. Those bits there belong to that. So, okay, so I'm standing, I'll try and show you where I am. Through there, you go through there and you can go into the other. You can go through sort of those gaps and you will end up in the other attic. So I'm going to stand up again and you could stand where I am if you... It's just coiled extension cable above me. Turning round, this is the river. Turning round towards Launceston end of the house. So... eye height 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 beams. So the bays I'm going to measure. Like each bay is very wide, but not that big. What's under here? Oh, mattresses. Yeah, they're my trifold mattresses for cars. Yeah, but this is a long area. See, I mean, it's under 2 meters wide. It's very tall, like way double my height. No, not double my height, but tall. And the length is 1. I mean, it's a long way. It's a long way. So I'm going to measure it up. Cool. But I think the most usable one, these will be like maybe, I might put bars across for close and have the covers on them, which I already bought from China. The covers for the whole, I don't know what you call them, doesn't matter. Oh, we've got so many supplies. These are I researched like the supplies for mosaic. These are glass. You can chop them down. We've got all the tools. Got lots of sets of tools. Replacement fire. Oh, these ones. This is what they look like. They cover the whole thing. I've got a few of them. I think I've got 4. But this one, essentially, it's a nice big room. This is kind of like a nice big room. Yeah, it's a nice big room. Stay tuned. It's going to look like transformation.